I say hi world because it's not only for people who are showing up on my platform, or nor for people who are hiding on the platform neither. It's for anyone who come across the video, no matter how they do ritual to block the channel from view. Whoever the video is made for, trust and believe it will reach them, because I am here for those who are victims and those who are sick, who need help healing. Okay. Right now, since I'm about to go on my hermit mode, I find it's very important for me to talk about this, even though I might not get the chance to do the part two of the video last night, because it's a choice I'm making. I'm going to my silent mode because that's how I am. I am a hermit, and I live my life as what I am, a Virgo. Okay, so I had been on a journey that I did not put myself into, on a journey where I was pushed into, on a journey where I was pulled into. Two things. I was pushed into it, and I was pulled into it. Now, I remember the time that I watched a video where it says that so and so chose you. There were so many things that I could not think of that would probably didn't even come to my mind. But the name could not come up to me, because I remember asking my children about that name one time in 2021 or 2022. The reason why you hear me say that year or that date or that date is because I was going through a lot during that time. I was going through a lot. So when I heard back to 2020 end, I would say November, December 2020, when I heard that soulmate was coming. A soulmate was coming, and he was coming very quick. So that's what I know. A Cancer would always, not slow moving and anything like that. They do make things happen. But I met a Cancer that was very nice, very caring, very nurturing, very outgoing, playful, that even wake up my inner child. I did meet that a Cancer who happened to be on a other side now, trying to kill me, because it seems like they have blackmailed him with lies, telling him that I told people his business, which I keep his business in here. I've never said anything to no one about whatever I've done with them, about them. It's not my story to tell. So I have met a Cancer, because the Cancer that I met was caring for a woman named Tony that was dying of cancer, real cancer, not for the sign, because Tony was a Taurus, so she was dying of cancer. The gentleman I met was online, and was very eager to meet me in person. Maybe it's because of the presence, because he was eager to meet me in person, and very funny about that. I met him. We made arrangement, and I met him. He used to like my brain. He said I pick his brain. because of knowledge and things like that. So you see, it's everybody that I met, it's men, the intelligent men. They always say I pick their brain. All right, so I met him. I liked him. Very gorgeous, handsome, a handsome, gorgeous. So he talked to his dad about me, and his dad sound very nice and things like that. Okay. Um, so I started to watch tarot readers online during that time. So when I started to date Rashad, his name was Rashad, not his real name. He has a real name, so that's his. Rashad is his street name, but I like the name. He picked a nice name. So while I dated him, but I continue to hear message about cancer, cancer, cancer. So every time I'm hearing cancer messages, in my mind, it's Rashad. Because Rashad talked about marriage and things like that. I'm dead serious. Because when Tony was dying, we were supposed to, after he was taking time, to support Tony. I asked who was Tony to him. He said that was someone who had helped him when he was in prison. He never referred to Tony as a wife and things like that. But somehow I feel like there is a secret that he didn't tell. Maybe they have slept together sometimes, but maybe not married. I don't know. Maybe if he were married, but he never referred to her as a wife. Yes, I never went inside the house because there is a woman in there, and you already told me you only have rented a room from her. So I don't go inside. I don't care if it's a renting or things like that. I didn't care. So I respect people's space. When I go, I was in Connecticut, so he was living in Brooklyn. Every time I go to visit, um, I drove to the apartment. I waited outside. I text him and say I'm outside, and he would come. Once he's coming out, I already moved from the driver's seat and moved to the passenger seat because I love when men drives me, and and he came and sit on the driver's seat. Then we roll and we go spend time together. And then after that, I always went back home. Then it was getting serious after Tony died. Now he was the only one in the apartment because she died. Then I agreed to enter. There's one time he offered me to enter. I could go and see Tony. I said no, I'm not going. I'm good in the car. We go other places and spend time, and then I'll drop you off and things like that. All right. Now I did a little talk about this because of the sign of Cancer. So two people. Now that's why maybe when I met Rashad, I thought that was the soulmate because Rashad and we clicked like this, and I even had butterfly. That was the very first time I had butterfly. I was like, is that what they call butterfly? I feel something in my stomach. It's like by the diaphragm and all, kind of almost to the umbilical cord. I'm like, belly button. I'm like, is that? And he laughed. He laughed that day. Okay, so now, um, this talk right now is to show what I went through and what I'm gonna be left of with to remember this journey because it had been a journey. Okay, so um 2020 21, when I met Rashad, we had fun together. We had fun, good fun, good laughter. Um, we sit at parks and we talk. We go to the water and we stand and we talk. My children come along and things like that. My children used to love to have him around, or they wanted something good to come out of this. So 2021, when I started to date him, the former person that I was with, that I let, the gentleman that I let stay with me because he didn't have a place to stay, he could not pay his rent. I left him alone and then I moved on. When he realized that I moved on, then he tried to come back. When he tried to come back, I'm like ignoring him. I just go my way. He would make sure he comes sometimes. By the time I'm entering the car to leave, then he would just kind of corner me to talk and sing, like kind of to see if I would lose interest. I would just spend time with him and not go where I was gonna go. I'm not like that. Once I say yes to something, when I say no, okay. After Tony died now, cancer have sometimes a ways of getting back into their shell instead of open up to let people help them with the emotion. Instead of opening up and let me help him, he would, I believe he went to somewhere else, spend time with other people instead of spend time with me. But and with no phone calls, nothing. I was like, I was crying and crying. I'm like, okay, I don't know how he was, because I knew he was very used to the lady. He might be going through some stuff, because on Saturday after the death, we had planned to go eat at the very first restaurant that he took me when we first met. We didn't get, because he broke, and it was not normal. It was something supernatural. Because somebody don't want me to be in a relationship because they're using my energy. If I am in a relationship, then they cannot use my energy anymore. Okay. And that something happened to my older sister, Claire. Oh, these were happening. I didn't know who it was, and she tried to sleep with men that I sleep with, meaning like she slept with my ex-husband because she wants my energy, and um, probably somebody else I was with, but I am told that she tried to sleep with men that I am with. And I even tried to sleep with somebody that I didn't even sleep with, because they saw me with the person. She just want my energy. Okay. So now I ended up living Connecticut and moved somewhere else, because Rashad and I, we were making to move to Texas or Florida. Because he was talking about changing his life. It's like, for some reason, people tend to want to change their way of living when they encounter me, except the ones that I am married to. Uh, so I was glad that he wanted to change his life. He was very like the he had. So some things happen. I spent about $9,000 on a house with the plan that he was moving in, come and join me to that house in Connecticut, Shelton, Connecticut. I spent about $9,000 to move into that place, making preparation for him because I know he came from a lot of stress, a lot of a dark side, because watching somebody suffering into dying, it's a lot. So I got a bigger place and buy new bedspreads and new stuff, making sure he doesn't sleep on anything that somebody else have slept on. I bought everything new, new curtains, new bedspread, new covers, new comforters, everything new for that new place. Even the living room seats I bought brand new. The dining room I had just purchased before I moved there, I would say about 2 months prior, so I didn't change that because they were new. 8 seats, so that was a big place. I loved it. I ended up leaving that place because when I noticed that he broke down and it took him a while to come back out of the shell to open up, I say I cannot wait for him. Let me give him time. When he comes out, if he's still interested, then we get to do things together. I am somebody, when I say I will wait, I'll wait. But I told him that I will wait. But he told me I can move on, do whatever I want to do, because he would not withhold me just because he's not ready anymore. So I had to move away. So I moved to South Carolina. But the moving of South Carolina is because I received message again about the soulmate, but I couldn't really picture who that soulmate was. Then, when I was buying the house, I was pre-approved for $400,000 to buy a house. I saw 3 houses, and then if I listen to my children, something that happened would never happen. I contacted my ex-husband. I said, I'm in the verge of buying a house. I might need support on the down deposit, on the closing. Do you know, he acted like he was planning to buy a house too, and something like that, like he doesn't mind. The same way he always prepared, like he doesn't mind to work with me with money. And every time he comes, whatever I have saved to do things for my children, he always take it away for thinking like, yeah, he will give it with interest, he will return it with interest, and then never receive not even a penny. Okay, now I couldn't buy the house anymore because the money that I was planning to buy the house ended up being spent on his bank account for business that we started way before, since 2017 to 2018. He ended up removing my initial from the business name, which was KNB Transportation. When I contacted him, we started to talk again. He gave me a name, BBNI. Then I never asked about what happened to K, because K was for Ketsia. I never asked any question until he told me himself. There was a issue with the name, the domain. He had to change it. The company told him that he had to change. I was like, right. In my head, I'm like, right. So while I was in North Carolina, I ended up getting my apartment, a townhouse, beautiful place. And still in my mind, I'm like, wait, I don't think about it. But I know I'm waiting for Rashad to be ready, and he will contact me and let me know, hey, let's hang out. In the meantime, my ex-husband was coming he was coming by often. And I was like, but we don't sleep together. He sleeps in his truck, and I sleep with my children. After a while, when we get the apartment now, he come and sleep in the house. But I couldn't understand where he wanted to be in the same room as me. That part I could not understand. And I said, I even asked him, you be with in the room with Bruce Lee, and then I'll be in the room with my daughter. And he said to me, why can't I be in the same room as him? I'm like, well, if we're not gonna be together, why be in the same room together? You can be with your son, and I'll be with my daughter. That day, he took his stuff and to go back to his truck. What is that telling you? He wants his marriage to work, right? So I'm like, okay. He went to sleep, and then I'm like, okay. So my son spent one night with him in the room. So in the next day, I moved my stuff back into the room and see what happened. He came back, but he didn't come back for real, because later on he agreed with me and said that he is on a mission. The mission was to kill me and my son Jemens, and then took his 2 children and act as if I never existed, because the plan was to kill and remove, delete, erase. All right. Now, one day, I believe that day when he moved his stuff back to his truck, I called Rashad while I was gonna to take him to his truck, because I had a nice Santa Fe at that time. When I took him to his truck, before I pulled out the parking spot, I was already on the phone with Rashad. When I was on the phone with Rashad, and I said, oh, I'm sorry, hold on. My kid's father are talking to me. The reason why I said my kid's father is not to bring, say, my husband, because we're not together, we're not gonna be together. Why bring the title of my husband? My kid's father. Because I said that, and then Rashad said, Katsia, why don't you call me when you're done? I said, oh, okay. That was the last time I heard of him. The next time I called him, phone disconnected, and he had promised he would never change his number because of me, because whenever I need him, he must be available for me. That is that. But the message of the soulmate with a family member having sex, and that the soulmate doesn't love the family member, they just having sex. There was no love. And that the soulmate love you. This one, I contacted someone to just do a horoscope just based on my Virgo sign. Then it was always, there is a Cancer that loves you very much, that looking for you. They're looking for you. They're this and that. That Cancer. It's like there is this, there is that, and I'm still questioning who is that Cancer. I didn't really pinpoint the person until really 2025. But 2024, I fell on a feed where I saw a video. I didn't stay. I left the video. 2025 now, around February, March, April, I started now to watch, because that another video came on my feed again, and I saw a name. I'm like, okay, hold on. Could that be the person they were talking about that soulmate. And then I'm like, okay, hold on. They say he's in a public figure. And I'm like, okay, hold on. And then I started to listen to his videos. When I started to listen to the videos, I'm like, I look at my daughter. I'm like, listen, these people are talking about me. I click on another one. I click on another one. Not the same person. The same information. The same information. I'm like, they talking about me. This is my life they talking about right here. That woman who suffer, who never turn bitter, this and that. I'm like, this is me they talking about. Then I continue. So from that time to when, again, let me see. I didn't stop watching until, I would say, first week of May. I watched one video and he was praying. I just touched my daughter like this. I'm like, he's praying. I was like, he's praying. And I said the name of my daughter. I'm like, he's praying. And my daughter was like, I'm like, oh, he's praying. Because there was a video where he had said that his father passed away on a hospital bed and blah, blah, blah. This is the time that I first look at the name of the individual to see, because, on the internet, if the person's family died, when you look their name, their family siblings come up. So I just wanted to know if he were telling the truth about the father died, because I don't want to feel bad and empathize with somebody and then it's a lie. So I looked that up. When I looked it up, there was another video also. The father was talking. The father, and I matched the date. When I matched the date, the father was in. And then I saw where, they put father, a parent, and they put the name father. There is the birth date without the deceased date. So I'm like, okay, his dad was not alive. They did not die. So that alone already continuing listening. Something told me, kind of back up, because it was like something glued me into his videos. I don't know what was pulling me to keep watching every single one of them. I stopped. When I stopped, I got busy with something else. Then I couldn't go back, but something was keep pulling. I continued watching 2 or 3 other people that were giving the same messages. Okay. So the information remain as such. It's the person is coming. The person is coming. And the very powerful moon person, this and that, is coming to change your life, to change everything. Okay. God had already confirmed that. But now, who is it really? I keep going back now. And then I went back to his video. The information were like kind of little change because he had different channels. So each platform have a different title. I was not listening to the future wife then. I was listening to the motivation, the ones that were talking about, for instance, he would say, it's like messages. You have a jealous woman in your circle that doesn't want you to this and that. These kind of videos. So I was like, okay, he's a seer. He's able to see certain things. All right. So all these information, I'm like, okay. And in another video, I heard that he has 2 ages, 165, 154. So now that was the second time now I put the name on Google again, the second time, to see his age. And I saw 54. So I'm like, okay, so he's 54. They told me the person was gonna be the person that did the Virgo reading for me based on my horoscope. She had told me the person was gonna be older than me. And when I keep watching his video again, I ended up with a different information that it's a younger soul. So I'm like, okay, so this now with the age difference, it doesn't match what the reader that I paid for told me about the Virgo horoscope. And he said that the person was gonna be older than me. I'm like, okay, so I'm listening. But regardless that differences, the connection I was getting from him, there was a connection that was so strong. I could not release anything of his. But I fought it. I fought it to see if I could get rid of that energy. Anything that is addictive, I try not to get to. Okay? So now when I was listening to another video that's mentioned the younger soul that he loved regardless the age, then I'm like, so okay, I start to talk to God because there was already confirmation that it was him. So I'm like, God, there are two ages now difference, 54, 65. So which one exactly? Is it the 54 or the 65? And why is he saying that the woman is older than him? But when I am younger, then the answer didn't come clear. All I know is like it seems like I understood it was maybe in the soul. So because my soul might be older than him, but not in actual age, physical age. Okay, so remember I had been dragged down to nothing. It was a very harsh preparation. I've been backstabbed with the 10 of sword. Yes, I've been stabbed with 10 of sword on my back, and I'm laying on my chest. That's how bad it was. So, yes, it's been a journey. So my question was like, God, if you are bringing somebody into my life, why am I why the person meet me when I don't have nothing? How you gonna expect him to treat me and look at me? Then I have a confirmation says the person doesn't care about the look, doesn't care about the appearance, doesn't care about nothing. The person just looking for what he was told. Something like that. Then I was talking about it with my children. Neither one of them was supportive of it. So now after that, I started to just keep it to myself. So I left Georgia. We tried to go back to South Carolina. We got blocked in, I would say, Raleigh. We got stopped in Raleigh, guys. In which place did we go first, Raleigh or Durham? I think Raleigh. Yeah. So in Raleigh, when we got there, we got stopped by a white man. The police got involved. It looks like my ex-husband already knew that we are in South Carolina, and then sent hitmen after us, so we couldn't stay. So we ended up going to Mauriceville. We spent 2 weeks there, and from there we ended up in the airport. We spent a week there. Then we went to, it's like we were, because of people following us. I have videos for all of these. because people were following us, so we ended up in Atlanta, and then we ran out of money. Now, in order to go to Massachusetts, Atlanta airport bought a ticket for all four of us, and then we go to Massachusetts. We went to, when we got there, and I called my mom. We couldn't find my mom. I called somebody in Haiti. That person connected us, and then my mom, I ended up going to the hospital, and this is when I find my mom with a broken arm, not broken bone. We say broken arm, yeah, because I have my right arm that broke twice, or I know what it is to have a broken arm. All right, so um, from the Grey House station, we took a Uber. We went to the hospital where he was, and I told her not to stay in the hospital because my ex would pay doctor to put things in her food, in her medication, so don't risk it. I didn't know that they were working together to kill me. I didn't know. I didn't know that. Every time I have feelings about it, every time I have a thought about Claire Rose, I push it away because she was a sister that we never fought, we never have any altercation, nothing. So when we got to my mom's apartment, they didn't give us even a day. The very first day they started to feed me some legume, and I said no, I was not hungry, I didn't want it. The next day they started to, they didn't, she cooked another food. I believe that was okra. Yeah, okra. If it's not the fish, because I ate twice, both times I got sick. But one of the time was fish. I made plan to go and buy about $300 fish with my sister Claire every month, so I could eat only fish because I didn't want to eat meat. With that idea, the day we were planning to go buy the $300 fish, something happened. I got a dream, a vision. The vision, remember I tell you, it's not really dream because it's like I'm actually on the scene. And I saw my ex-husband, I saw my sister Claire, and I saw my son. And I find myself, and I saw my first husband. I ended up being on the street, like on the side, on the corner side of the street. Like it's like I'm something, not a somebody. It's like I am something that they just dispose on the side of the street. I was like, oh, there were more things in the vision. Then I got up. When I woke up, I tell my sister that I'm not gonna go buy fish. The day we were going to buy the fish, it's like I was gonna live with her and I wasn't gonna come back. Because I saw myself as something. It's like a pile of something that they just dispose on the corner side of the street. And when I told her that I wasn't gonna go, I'm not able to go to the market, fish market anymore, she was not happy. You could see she was tormented, but she's trying to hide it. Then after that, they offer me the other food. I believe it was my mom always. Nini, you're not eating. Nini, you don't eat the okra. Nini, you don't eat the fish. It's good. It's good. My mom is forcing me to eat the stuff as she's trying to eat it herself to show me that it tastes good. It tastes good. Yes, my sister cooks very well. But since I entered the door, the day I first arrived, God already spoke to me and said, don't eat. And not God told me to eat, God told me to stay prayerful, steadfast. I didn't know yet why, but I had feelings, but I have to see for myself. Oil all over the floor. Oil. When I complain about the oil, now she got something that looked like a crumbs of leaves, dry leaves, and put on the floor. But she makes like a paste with it, and wherever you put your feet and you feel your feet tingle, 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 tingling, tingling, and then you will feel your feet very warm. It's like they're giving you a hot foot not to stay, you have to go. But I already know what it was, it's witchcraft, so I fight it because it doesn't bother me. I would put salt on the floor. My mom would tell me, no, don't put salt on the floor. My mom would be like, no, don't put salt on the floor. I don't want you to put salt. She would take mop and mop it. I'm like, Mom, there is these things on the floor that the salt will neutralize. Why you don't want? Because she doesn't want it neutralized, because she want me to be affected by it. And I am looking, it's like people treat me in a way because they're so sure their plan gonna work, so they don't have to look at me again, so they don't care how they treat me. And this is the same way at work. Excuse me, this is the same way everywhere I go. People already make plans to unalive me, and they don't care how they treat me, so they're not gonna see me again. They so sure the plan gonna work, so they treat me like shit, and like a nobody, or not even an animal. So I am like, okay. When I am praying, she would be coming and says that, Ninid, why you pray so much? I'm like, Ma, once I enter here, God told me to stay steadfast. God, you sure God told you to say to pray like this? Midnight to 1 to 2 o'clock in the afternoon? Are you sure God? God wouldn't tell you to. I'm like, Mama, what's with you in prayer now? You teach me how to pray. Now you have problem with me praying. Because the stuff that they were sending towards me, if I am prayerful like this, they keep attacking them, they don't come to me. So she keeps coming to change me into not praying, so the stuff that they were sending to me could attack me. Then, because of the video of the individual that I am talking about, and I know that they say he's coming to change everything, and that there is a purpose between him and I. So I said to them one day, I didn't know if they knew him. I didn't know if he knew them. When I said so and so is helping me, to me, I thought they were gonna be happy that so and so is helping me get out of my ex-husband who put together with other people to kill me. This is when, after I said that, I heard my sister Claire was said to my mom, "You hear that? So and so is helping Nini. You hear that?" The tone of voice and what was said already told you that they were shocked, because it seems like they were working together already on that plan to unalive me. That's the not illusion. This is the aspect that it gives when the tone of voice was said. I'm like, okay. Now, I thought I came to my mom, and it looks like I came to an enemy. That she's pregnant because my period stopped. Blocking July, I went there in July, my period blocking me. Another daughter happened to be my enemy. because they might go to the court on our behalf. So we must go to find out exactly what's going on. So when we went to the court, we asked questions about the landlord, and there was no information about the landlord on eviction, anything like that. So we went to because they didn't stay for restraining order. It was my son, but when we entered the court, when your niece, this and that. Don't just say disrespect. Disrespect has nothing to do with keeping somebody away from you. This and that. Don't just say disrespect. Disrespect has nothing to do with keeping somebody away from you. And then my sister ended up with with her lies on my daughter, the only granddaughter in that family, because Claire could not have kids yet. That's my period. She used to have a baby, and God let it be a girl for a reason. For a reason, it's in here. Okay, so the individual now, if I have known what was the behind the meeting, I would have stayed quiet on the platform. I wouldn't comment. I would be quiet on the because I would be quiet on the because then after I commented, I ended up with no comments. I started to hear that I passed that test. I don't know what each time I do something and then I pass the third test and I pass the fourth and then I pass the in less than 40 days. I passed all 7 tests. Now because I passed all 7 tests, now we ended up into the 7th step of the process, which the 7th step we've been stuck at it since December. And these tests I have passed in Georgia because he was sent for me in Georgia. The day he sent for me in Georgia, that's the day I left the hotel and I went to some another place, because I wasn't really understanding what was going on. I'm receiving messages, and then not only I'm receiving my own download, and I'm also seeing things on YouTube, people's messages that kind of matching what I'm seeing. And every time I tell my daughter something that I just saw, and once I open YouTube, and then boom, a confirmation. So if I didn't tell my daughter what I just saw first, my daughter would probably say, "Mom, did you see that for real?" Listen, this is what I just saw. This is what I just saw, and then let me see what YouTube says, and then boom, and then I'll be showing my daughter, "Look, didn't I just tell you this? This is I just tell you this. Didn't I just tell you that?" Yeah, that's how it was. Then my daughter would be like, yes, Mom, you just told me. You told me, and we watched a video together. The confirmation of what I already saw. Now, that journey, I have a lot. It looks like I might have to come back because although tonight I want to try, let me not say, I'm going to wrap this up and come back with something I want to talk about, because it has been a journey. And that journey have a lot of things that I have been buried by, and they are painful. All the walking on the snow, the 3 falls that I had doing the shifts, one on the staircase in the apartment I was, twice, one on the concrete, and then another time on the ice. Plus all the walking back and forth, and people are looking. Sometimes it's other different people trying to meet with me, in thinking that I'll be that would be him. Bear with me. Okay. While I'm doing this, let me prepare this drink. Yes, I have a lot to remember. I will not regret what I never hold, but I have painful memory of this. Um, when you have someone who put you in competition with your own sister, if it's like you fighting your own sister for a man, but the men might have not understood that they put you in competition, but it's competition. So even when I would talk to someone who to see if they can help me with something, they couldn't help me because once you mention the men already have a baby with the sister, they think you are the bad one. But although the person was sent for you, the sister managed to have him by doing witchcraft on me. But it's okay. It's okay. The choice of the covenant marriage was because of what the sister have filled his mind against me. He's been brainwashed against me. Because what God had sent him to do with me is not done. There is the truth of something that had happened was supposed to be exposed to me, and that was gonna supposed to help me gain something that was stolen from me. It's not done. So therefore, the person has a child with the stealer, the one who stole the things. He doesn't want the person to be in trouble. He would rather let the boss, okay? Because I've been thrown under the bus to be homeless. So why am I homeless when there is a house with my name? Although they try to falsify the name, remove the name, copy and paste, and the person knows that. That's why she also using my name, and even married. They are married under my name. I said that before. They are married. The lady married the man under my name. I don't know how she got my license ID on my name with her picture. I don't know. Or maybe they use the same picture that I had years ago, since from 2011. Okay. And no, 2016, 2015. With what? With my name. So they might think that she just got fat. I don't know. I'm just saying, because look at the face. I just posted it in as a front page of a video. We don't look alike. You once you see us, you will tell that we are sisters, but we don't look alike. To say she looks like me, she's my twin now. She's just claiming twin in the spirit in order to attach my destiny to her. That's the only reason why she married that man on my name, because she's attaching herself to my destiny, because that man was my destiny. What I have to remember here, first and foremost, is that my sister became my worst enemy for a man, for dick, for money, for land, for influence. And which influence that she's using? My own influence, because of the destiny swap, or because of the destiny exchange. So now the men just willing to just let everything go. So I will never know. God will find a way for me to know. I believe that God will find a way for me to know. So I'm not gonna worry about it. All the things that the video mentioned, that I don't have confidence, to build my confidence, they don't say it, but that's what it portrays. Okay, the questions that I've been asking myself, a lot of things that I may I may be this and that for so long, and I forgot this and that. These never crossed my mind. Never. They never crossed my mind. So all the witchcraft attack, all the try to kill on the live me, these I have to remember this by. Even if I might forget about him one day, but the things that they try to do to me, I will never forget them. These will never be erased from my mind. Because while they were trying to kill me and unalive me, I went through a lot of shit. A lot. And went through them too. The same thing that they did, they put on in front of my children, got affected by them. I think my children didn't finish high school because of all the stuff, all the moving around. They couldn't finish school. They get their DD. They didn't finish school. Yeah, I have a lot to remember. I'm gonna leave that here. After drinking this, I'm gonna step out. Even the stepping out is, excuse me, I've been attacked also, stepping out, because I did do a short video before this one, where I show the spray. You will see the dots and the dots and the dots on the woods. It's been sprayed by something. I didn't spray nothing on in front of my door. Someone came and sprayed. Yeah. Yeah, that's what it is. Okay, I'll be back with the rest of that story because there is a lot to remember that journey by. Even if one day I may forget about them, because I might have to force myself to forget about them. Because all throughout the videos, you were talking about how I keep myself strong and firm and things like that. Then I am told that I am hard. He doesn't like hard women. Yes, he doesn't like hard women. So, am I supposed to feel bad for that? No, I'm not. There's through his search, he was saying that he liked the way I comport myself, the way I this and that, and now because the end, you're gonna say that you don't like a hard woman. Hey, I'm not gonna. I said I never asked God why me until I encountered you from that distance. I don't like hard women. Then I said, you never said that on your search videos. I mean, I didn't know that. Oh, excuse me, maybe I should make myself easier for you. God take notes. The universe take notes. I don't have to worry about that. I am who I am because I believe they told him that I was easy, didn't they? They had brainwashed him, telling him that I was very easy. So now he come to discover that I am not easy. I am hard. If that's how he calls me hard because the way he wants to meet me, um, he has a baby with a witch. My sister is a witch. Um, it's very easy. And you wanted the other sister. Easy too. I'm not my sister. Don't you see my sister is a killer? He killed before. So you prefer the killer than the what you thought you asked God for. You thought you asked God for a woman like me. You didn't tell God you didn't like hard women. So I guess you lied to God. Yeah. He didn't tell God that he liked easy women. Yes, that's probably why God let him directed him to that soul contract that he had years ago. Let me delete that message. I don't think that message is that important for him anymore. Let me release it. When young ladies, you see my face, that's young that my face is supposed to look like, because God had taken 25 years out of my look. He did. So this is why my son saw me one day and said, "Mom, you don't look 51." I was like, "Really? How old do I look?" He was like, "You look about like 42." I was like, "Really? Only that?" And my other kid said the same thing. But the face that I'm looking at right now, this is like someone that is in, I would say, 30, not even 30. The one I saw was like it would be like someone in the 24, 25. Because remember, he removed 25 years, and then after he had removed sometimes because he wanted to do some work on my body, and God did some work on my body. Yes, because God wanted that man to see me for what he wanted him to see, not what other people portray me as for to him. Just got to go, and I have to drink this. I'm just gonna not going to work because I don't feel no nudge. Um, may God, in His favor, prepare something for me, because after this woman again under my name, only God knows if it's gonna be under my name or if it's gonna be on her real name now. But God, I want my identity back. Now I will not be able to pray in His favor anymore, because now He will be with my enemy. Husband of your enemy is your enemy, because he's gonna support the wife, okay? So prayer on his behalf have to cease, because now I have to protect myself from her and him. So let me pray a little prayer. And young woman watching this, when you have a man that puts you in secret competition with a family member, run, run, and run. Run as far as you can. Run away, because your sibling, your family member, you never know what they will do for money. Because I didn't. I never knew what my big sister would do for money. I never knew. Stealing from your little sister. You steal a house, you steal land, you steal money, inheritance, and then you telling people that I am poor. You steal from me, and then you tell people that I am bad, I am this, I am that, and then you are bashing my name, you're dragging my name through the mud. When I was told that this woman, they didn't tell me if it was my sister. They tell me this woman wants you dead. She's trying by all means to kill you for a man that you haven't even met yet. That's what I was told years ago. I just didn't know exactly if it were my sister. And I find out it was my sister last year. Oh, I have a lot to remember this journey by. It was a journey. It was a journey. There are times I question myself, if I don't try to meet him like God planned to. That was God's plan. I had to open my mind and my heart to what God was pushing me towards, because that was God's plans. I don't want to say what my regret leader, but I'm not gonna say it. But as for me, I would probably stay single. Not saying I would be with a black person or another white person. I would mostly stay single, because that was a choice. I had chosen to celebrate, not to have no intercourse, like the in and out inside of me. When I find out what I was, how close I was to God, I started to feel like if somebody enters me, it feel like they actually doing things to God. That's how I started to feel. And I was like, let me celebrate. So I would not have sex with nobody else but him, because that was God that sent him. And then after he passed, if I am still alive, I would never know men after that, because I am not an ordinary person. I am divine. Heavenly Father, I thank you. I give you grace. I give you praise. I give you honor. I give you adoration. And I'm grateful for you. I'm grateful. I'm grateful. I'm grateful for you. For I am still living. Thank you for your presence within me. Thank you for the DNA of Jesus that you have placed in me. Man, thank you for how you favor me. Thank you for how you work with me. Although I go through a lot of things, although I suffer, it is you that is using me. I am coming in the near future. I believe this journey is coming to an end. So, Father God, make preparation for me. Make preparation for me and keep the devil away from me. Keep the devil away from me. Because by the time this woman married this man, you know what she's going to have in mind for me. Father God, for I know you already have a plan. I thank you for the plan you already have. In the name of Jesus, thank you. Thank you, Father God. In Jesus' name I pray. Amen. I'll be back with another session of how and how much I have to remember this journey by, because I have felt like I have wronged this man in my lifetime, and the walking was the way I was paying for it and coming out with nothing. So I've been stripping all over for nothing. So I have hurt him somewhere, somehow. And this is how I had to pay. I'll be back.